Hi, and welcome to Quantum Souls. Welcome back to people who have been subscribers, and welcome to new subscribers. I know we've had a few new subscribers come in over the last couple weeks. I've been on a little bit of a break, but I wanted to talk about 2019, not necessarily doing an energy forecast for the year or reading the energies, but who knows, maybe it is. And I'm not going to use any tools. I just want to free flow for whatever comes in. It's not been my strongest suit really in the past. I like to be organized, so I get all my thoughts out because sometimes things just don't flow out. But we're going to go with this for today and just have a little bit of fun with it, because I do want to talk about 2019, about the year, or at least the first, this first part of the year, what's going on, and what the three energy. It's a numerological universal year, 3 year, and there's just some interesting, to me, information in that, and stuff that I really feel like we can bring forth and we can manifest. That's what the 3 energy is all about. So let's start there with the 3 and the numerology of that. So it's 2019. 2 plus 0 plus 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3, and plus 9, 3 plus 9 is 12, and again that's 1 plus 2 equals 3. Interesting, because I was just not too long ago doing a video dealing with the gematria of creation, and one of the big numbers that kept coming up in my research with the gematria was the number 123. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 being spirit, new beginnings, 2 being polarity, density. You add the spirit to the density and you have 3, which is us, creation. And 3 is numerologically, among other things, but it is the number about creative self-expression and about manifesting. So 2019, for our community, for us, for the light bringers, the light workers, those of us who are on that seeking path, this is a year where it's really important to begin to express who you truly are and express what it is that you have to bring, what your little piece of the pie, what your little spark of creation is here to bring. And all you need to do that is just be authentic with yourself. Be in tune with yourself as much as you can right now in this space, in this time, and bring that. Be that. Allow that. Whatever that looks like. We're messy. Humans are messy. We're designed to be messy. That's the design of life. That's the beauty and the gift and the experience of being here, is the messiness and the emotional aspect and the ability to really experience density and emotions and be there. Because if you're out in spirit, if you're out in the 5D and that energy, the goal for this transformation, this shift, is not to shift us into 5D, because 5D, pure 5D, is energy, it's light. It isn't physical existence. This planet is about the 1D, the 2D, coming together to create the 3D, bringing in the 4D, which to me is space and time. It's a dimension that we already live in, space and time. And the 5D aspect is just simply about anchoring that aspect more into this planet and this reality, not shifting to it and becoming a bunch of light bodies, because that defeats the purpose of the gift of life, of having a lifetime on this planet as a little spark. And so in 2019, to me, the big thing is creative self-expression, or you being you, and you then shifting into what it is that you are trying to manifest or bring. What is it that your gifts are bringing to this planet at this time? And for all of us, anyone that's watching this video, anyone that subscribes to this channel, you are all powerful, in tune, aware, and a big part of this process. We're scattered all over the world, and we're that way, I feel like, for a reason. It's by design that the people that really are processing this energy and really anchoring this are spread all over the place. So we have a grid, we have a network, And it's important, and you are important. And so, you know, we just posted that self, you know, the self-empowerment video, the owning your power. And that's really, really important in this year. And you want to go back and watch that video. It was really, I feel like, a really good discussion with Brian and I about how we give away our power, and then ways to not give away our power, to bring our power back to us. But some of the aspects that I didn't get the opportunity to cover, we didn't get to go over because we kind of ran out of time, was the aspect, one aspect where we give away our power is by looking outside of ourselves for the answers, getting caught up in, say, gematria or creation stories, or, you know, any of these dramas outside of us, that, you know, the politics, or getting caught up in what the elite are doing. You know, we all do it. I do it. I feel like knowledge and understanding is an important part of this process. You know, knowing who we are, or why we are, or having an idea of what's going on is really, really important to the whole overall process. It really, to me, anchors the process, but it's not crucial in what can happen, or at least for me, I find, you know, you get caught up in the ideas, in the concepts, and you start down this rabbit hole of researching and wanting to understand and wanting to know. And ultimately, once I dig to the end of that tunnel, or just see that I could just dig forever, and it's just taking me off my path of self-actualization. It's like, find your nugget in whatever that information is, and then go within and seek and see how that fits for you, and how that plays into your life, and why it's important. And then let it go, and then move on, move back into, like I said, seek the answers within yourself, and don't look outside of yourself. What you can get from outside of yourself is what's the word I want to use? You know, just like assistance or direction. When you're caught up in your own, especially when it comes to being in a relationship or a situation that you're very close to, and you're stuck in your issues, people outside of you can help you shift, can give you ideas, but ultimately the shift is going to come from within you. The answer doesn't come from them. They can give you a piece of information, and you then either resonate with it or you don't. But if you resonate with that, the answer is, you know, comes from you, essentially. It's like, this piece of information, yes, that resonates, that helps me to shift. Ultimately, you are responsible for your own growth and owning your own power. And another aspect of the owning your power is not to be blaming others. We step into this blaming others, blaming the government, blaming the elite, getting caught in that blame game, and the separation and the we-they game is another way of giving away your own power. It's like, you have to own your little piece, your little spark, and your gifts and your authenticity. And that's what, to me, you know, it's really all, interestingly enough, the owning your power and this video about the energies and what's coming in 2019, they really are very much tied together, because it's about owning that spark within yourself. And just by acknowledging that spark, and being able to see that you are just as powerful as anybody else on this planet, and being strong and centered within yourself, and being willing then to express that out into the world, that's how you effectively create the change that you want to see. It isn't any goal setting, it isn't any steps that you necessarily have to take. You don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. It's about integrating the aspects of the self and continuing to be willing, because you're always going to be processing. You're always going to have the pain body, the triggers. And it's just a matter of seeing when you get triggered and what the trigger is and how to integrate that, and understanding that when you get redirected, when you fail, it's simply a redirection. Celebrate failure, because you've learned. It's another piece of the self that you're putting into that puzzle. You're putting into place. You know, it's redirection. There's always hidden blessings and failure and redirection, or blessings, not even necessarily hidden if you're willing to see them. So these are to me, the big keys in navigating at least the early part of the year in 2019, and that 3 energy. And the energy of the year for each of us starts closer to our birthdays. So my birthday's in May, so I really will start hitting that energy more in May. But, you know, regardless, just is something to keep in mind, and keeping this yourself aware of what's going on internally with you, and working on the self-actualization, and moving into this place of personal power, which is where there's a much, much greater sense of peace. What people do or say, and the little dramas that go on around you, you're not going to get as caught up in as this year moves on. If you're willing to do the work, the 1 + 2 = 3, that you can apply that to yourself as well. Has that magic number 23 in it. You know, apply those magical numbers to yourself when it comes to manifestation. You know, everything that's created is created twice. It starts as a thought, and then it becomes to a form. 1 + 2 = 3, the creation itself. The thought and the form become the creation. The thought and the density, 3. So it's about your own thought process, your own visioning, and being in tune with what is authentic to you, and what are your true gifts. How can you bring those to the planet, or how can you at least integrate them into you and really own them, really own your gifts, and not let your self-limiting beliefs, or at least becoming aware of the self-limiting beliefs and how those may hold you back from being authentically you on this planet. So again, it's a 3 year. Creative self-expression, among many other things. But for me, the focus in this year is about really bringing authenticity, really bringing yourself and expressing yourself and what you have to offer on the planet. And this is how we are going to be the change that we want to see. And this is how we're going to help keep humanity moving forward and surviving and thriving in these times, these great times of change, because nobody really knows what's coming, and it's very exciting. But I honestly believe if we can control our own thought process, control our own unconscious manifesting, we can make a difference on how this transition goes, and make the whole of creation on this planet, you know, a powerful and, you know, forward, creative, moving experience for all of humanity and all of what's on the earth at this time. I don't like to assign the words positive and negative to things because it makes this whole right or wrong dynamic, and it immediately throws you off your course. But hopefully you see where I'm trying to go. It's just, you know, creating and manifesting your gifts and moving that into the collective reality, and creating what we want to see on this planet at this time, rather than letting those factions that have been in control or are in control of people's unconsciousness through the programming, letting them control the outcome. It's like, hey, you know what? We can shift this. We can do it. It's all about you, all about you, owning your gifts, seeing your gifts, and being willing to express those, and express those in a very creative, forward-moving way on the planet in this year. So you all are really amazing, and if you have sat through my rambling for 14 minutes, I really appreciate that. I love our community. We have some of the most amazing, beautiful spirits, powerful, powerful people, powerful souls. And I love to see people bringing that. And so, again, thank you so much. I have so much gratitude for what a gift it is to have found and be in this community. And I will be talking to you all hopefully again soon.